Okay. Welcome, everybody. What's today? July 7th, 2025.
August.
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 August 20, August 7th of 2025. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight. Um, we are really honored to have somebody I've never met before, actually never had the wine before, never been to the winery before. Um, Uh, and I was glad that there's somebody social is on here. She was one that recommended maybe we talk to Leon. Did a little research on Leon and found out what a fascinating story that Leon has about and our because our show's always about the journey. How do you get to making wine? What's that road look like? And Leon's is quite interesting from, being a Navy veteran, right, to farmer and winemaker in a short period of time, actually, but a lot of work you put in. But we're going to find out more about that. And I'm going to let Jason kick it off with, we'll get the questioning going.
Thank you, Mike. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Leon. Thanks for joining us. Um,
Yeah, for having me, for sure.
as Mike said, I haven't had the privilege of uh, visiting your winery yet either, but I have seen a lot of people really raving about their experiences there and your wine. So definitely excited to talk to you. And as I mentioned, I'm enjoying your Petite Sirah very much tonight. Um, Mike made reference to some of your background. My understanding is the wine journey started with your grandparents. Do I have that correct?
Well, I mean, he planted the original grapes, but he wasn't a winemaker. He was a mechanic. So he just
Got
like
it.
he
Okay.
just liked to grow stuff.
Well, didn't he bring vines over from Germany too?
Yeah, well, he got the sticks from Germany and stuck them in the ground. So, and they're actually about 16 of them are still here and still growing. He did that sometime in the 70s. So
Really?
we never really nailed down the exact date, but yeah, no, there's still a few of them out there and they're doing okay. Took cuttings from those and planted some more. So yeah,
Well, that's
What,
noteworthy. I mean, that you get some credit for that, I suppose, right?
sure.
what,
Yeah.
what year was that?
Oh, our best guess is around 77 or 76.
Got it. Okay.
Time he put him in the ground. Yeah. He died in 81. So I know he did pick some of the grapes at one point. I've got pictures of him actually making some wine, homebrew that he was doing, but yeah, like once or twice. So,
Definitely makes him a pioneer in the region, though, for sure, and
right. Yeah.
an earlier developer.
Well, he was
So,
Preston. He's got a long history here, or had one.
yeah, Mike mentioned your time in the Navy, what, 27, 28 years, was it?
Almost 28. Yeah.
All around the world, I suppose.
Yeah, from Asia to Europe and back to the States several times. Yeah.
And and not just an easy Navy job, maybe the most treacherous Navy job.
Yeah, I mean it's probably one of the most dangerous jobs in the Navy, without a doubt. Yeah. So
I don't know that there is an easy Navy job. I probably shouldn't put it that way, but
that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, tell us what you did so
So
everybody knows, Leon.
you
Yeah,
got
it was called EOD, Explosive Ordnance Disposal. So basically it's your military's bomb squad. So blowing stuff up and not blowing yourself up at the same time. So yeah, it was a balance.
and not to be misled, just because in the Navy, that doesn't mean that all that kind of work was done uh, on the water, right? That you're doing that everywhere.
Yeah, it's both. I mean, Navy general, because well, all four services go to EOD school. It's the only joint specialty in the military, and yeah, the Navy is responsible for everything in the water, but we also take care of stuff on the land as well. So yeah, so part of our routine was dive school as well. So we were divers as well.
You were based out of San Diego, but were you Miramar or in the harbor?
No, North Island. There at the
North Island? Okay.
base there. Yeah, yeah, Coronado.
By
Spent
the way, thank you
12
for your
years.
service.
Oh, thank you.
Indeed.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers.
to you. So, long, treacherous career in the Navy, doing some very hard work. And my understanding is that is also, if I understand this correctly, the uh, not just the most dangerous job, but the injuries that occur in this role are the worst injuries that happen in any role in the military.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have a lot of amputees, quadriplegic, blind. We have a lot of severe. Iraq and Afghanistan was pretty rough on EOD, without a doubt. We lost 137 EOD techs from 9/11 till basically now.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, and again, thank you for your service. Holy cow, that's it's intense. So, what was your first exposure to wine as you're in the military?
Wine in the military. Actually, I didn't drink a lot of wine early on. It was mostly beer and scotch back in the day. But I have to admit, and I know my wife's on here, but we fell prey to the Sutter Home White Zinfandel back in the early '80s. Bought a lot of that. It was $60 a case. Who could turn it down, right? So I did quite a bit of that, but it was really just traveling around and being with other guys that, it was actually some Australian guys I was with, years ago, because we were at a dinner and he was ordering red wine. And I was thinking, that's kind of weird. Let's have a beer. He's like, oh, try this, and then it just kind of took hold. And it's like, yeah, this is pretty good stuff. I kind of like this. So, yeah.
Well, I assume the stereotype of probably beer and whiskey in the military, but my understanding is you were going to school for winemaking while you were still in the Navy. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah, I was taking some, and I, quote, online courses with UC Davis, but it was 25 years ago, and it was VHS tapes. Like you signed up for their online course, and they sent you a box full of VHS tapes, and you had to watch it. And Carol Meredith, that professor up there, she was the prof for that, and sat in there on the TV and watched videos on winemaking.
I had no clue that existed. Met a mail order.
That was their extension course that they had.
Learning, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I'm assuming that if you're taking winemaking classes while you're still in the military, at some point, something while you're in the military got you interested in it. And I'm guessing something beyond the white zin too, right?
Yeah, I know that my wife and I, we started buying a lot of Petite Sirah, which is one of the reasons we planted a lot of Petite Sirah out here. So we've always been big fans of that particular varietal. So that was one of our big go-to wines back in the day.
Still one of my favorites today.
Yeah, for sure.
Really enjoyed yours. What do you recall a particular wine other than the Sutter Home or whatever that was he referenced?
Oh, that was a long time ago, man.
Was there one though that really kind of opened your eyes and made you think differently about wine?
There was an Alianico that I got once back. I was in DC, and I'm still to this day kicking myself
Italian variety
for not taking a photo of the label. But yeah, it was one of the best bottles of wine I think I've ever had.
Wait, you remembered that it was Alianico, but you didn't remember
whose it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So excited.
Well,
we're actually a friend planted some a few years ago, so I'm actually going to pull in a ton this year, and we're going to give a go at it. So looking forward to it.
It's my favorite Italian varietal, by the way.
Oh, good. Well, I don't disappoint.
Yeah. And Brian at over in Tin City, what's the label? Somebody chime in. What's the
Jeff? Brian.
Brian.
All right. So Tisha, I know you know, but you're probably busy. Or Dimitri, but he makes some Alianico too. But I'm excited to hear you might test that. I'll have to keep an eye out. So other than the Alianico, or that's the one that kind of made you think a little bit different about red wine and really kind of caught your attention?
Yeah, it was, but white wines, I cut my teeth on whites. That's where I started learning with, and I've got a really strong appreciation for white wines because they're really hard to make well.
Yeah.
They take a lot of, I mean, a lot of people joke about red wines. You know, you pick the grapes, throw them in a bin, and they ferment. You throw them in a barrel, and you have red wine, and you're good. You don't have to do a lot with them. But white wines, you got to watch. Like, I literally watch them every single day. And you're checking in on them. They got to be cold stable. They got to be heat stable. You know, they got to be filtered perfectly. There's so many things that can go wrong with it. And when you nail a white wine, it's one of your guests is trying our Viognier tonight, and it's yeah, when you nail it, you like it, and I love it.
It's Viognier. Do you have a favorite white grape?
It's up there. Viognier, Gewurztraminers, Albarino is another good one that I like to make. Yeah, for sure.
And currently, what all do you have available for white wines?
I just ran out of the Albarino. I still have Viognier left. And that's pretty much it for whites other than our sparkling. We have our Domaine de Blanc sparkling French Colombard Gewurztraminer blend that we have.
Got it. So your transition from San Diego up to Paso, largely because your family already had property there? Was that?
Well, yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, I was born here originally. I was born in Tascadero. Yeah. And yeah, Tascadero a long time ago. And no, not at the state hospital. They actually had a general hospital back then, before Twin Cities opened. And but just lived here for a few years, and then we moved up north of Seattle, up in the Everett area, and I grew up there. But I spent all my summers here because my grandfather, Mark Tackitt, was Paso PD for 30 years. And then my grandfather out here at this property where the winery is, John Thomas, he was a mechanic out here. And so I would come down in the summers, and I would just bounce back and forth between out here at the ranch and Paso with the two different grandparents, and spent a lot of time here growing up, riding my mini bike out here on the property and having fun. So just kind of felt right. My grandmother passed away in '98, and looked at my wife and said, hey, let's call my uncles and see if they want to sell. And they were scattered about the country, so they had no interest in the property back then. So in '98, we bought the place.
It was good.
Yeah. So, and then we just kind of started playing. I still had another 10 years to do in the Navy, so we just kind of held on to the property and kept it, you know, sort of in repair, if you will. So
were you still farming from it? I mean, producing fruit and selling fruit at that time, or?
No, we've never, and we don't sell fruit. It's only a 10-acre place. It's really small. So we only have a few acres planted. We buy about close to 30 tons a year from local growers. There's so many grapes here. It's kind of almost seems ridiculous to plant and grow your own. So
what are your estate varietals?
The Petite Sirah. We have some French Colombard. I did plant some, and because I got the vines were gifted to me, but Petite Verdot and a Merlot.
And those are all currently available in your current
the
lineup,
Merlot
right?
and Petite Verdot we do have, yes, but those are from different vineyards. Ours, it's only on our second leaf this year, so we're not going to get fruit until next year on those two varietals. So,
got it. And then you have a second label,
right?
the EOD, which is what you just talked to us about, not end of day.
Yeah, it's not finance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that other label and what's kind of unique and special about that?
Sure. So EOD Cellars is called. Actually, I think I'm sporting a hat right now. Yep, sure enough, EOD Cellars. Yeah, we started it probably 12 years ago. It was just going to be a one-time fundraiser. And Navy buddy of mine, he started the foundation, EOD Warrior Foundation, a while back, I think 2008. Just called him up, say, I'm going to do a quick fundraiser. We're just going to do some wines. We did his wood boxes and had them engraved with the EOD logo on it. And we put 3 bottles of red wine in there. And I did up a label at home on my computer and printed them out. They were god awful back then, but it got the point across, right? So we put them out. We only did 10 boxes, so 30 bottles of wine. And I put a quick email out and they were like $200, I think, for a box, and they sold out in like an hour. And so it was kind of like, well, maybe we should try that again, because that was pretty incredible. Wrote a nice check to the foundation, and we did another one where we took orders. We did like 30 boxes that sold out in a couple of days. And then we took more orders, and we did like 120 boxes, which to this day, we're still kicking ourselves, because my wife and I spent like 3 days in a garage packing boxes and trying to make sure these things showed up right. But it just kind of took off from there, and we just started adding labels. So we have six labels under the EOD Sellers realm, and proceeds from that, a portion of the proceeds go to the EOD Warrior Foundation, which is a foundation that takes care of our EOD troops and retirees. Yeah. So I'm on the board of directors, been there for a while, been helping them out for a long time. It's a great little foundation, and we do a lot of fundraising out here at the winery farm. So it's a lot of fun.
And some of that inventory is currently available, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit low. I've got what's called Basic Blaster Red, which is a Cabernet, and then we have Master Blaster Red, which is a blend, a Cab Syrah blend. So it's all a connotation on the EOD logo. When you graduate EOD school, you're a basic EOD technician. Then you become a senior EOD technician, and then when you get to a certain level, like usually 6 to 10 years, you become a master EOD technician, or master blaster they call it. So yeah, so that was where the label comes from. That, so it's pretty fun, and it brings in a lot of people, and a lot of people love coming and helping. So
what skill set do you, when you get assigned to that division, what's the bar they did you volunteer for that unit, or?
Oh, it's all volunteer. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to volunteer for it. I wanted to be a diver. I wanted to blow things up, jump out of airplanes, and just have fun. It's back when you're 20 years old, you can do that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was just an opportunity. I mean, I actually started my early career in the Navy. I started in helicopters. So I flew in helicopters. I was search and rescue, did anti-sub warfare. Didn't see a lot of career in that field. So yeah, I moved on to the diving EOD realm in the Navy. So, and then did that for about 23 years after my helicopter career.
That's awesome. And the Rampart ride, what's that about?
So that's coming up in November. This is our 6th one. We played around Veterans Weekend, with Veterans Day being, I think, on Tuesday this year. So we backed it up to Saturday. It's a bicycle ride out here. It starts at the winery, ends at the winery. We have 2 rides. One's 23 and one's 45. You get 2 stops, wine stops, one at Locatelli, and then the other one's actually out at Work Ranch. But Boniche goes down the hill, and she pours her wines down there for the trail. So it's just a fun ride. And then when you get back from the ride, you come out here. We have a pizza oven, big party area with the stage, and we have live music, pizza, and beer and wine. And it's just a real fun day. And we're raising money for the EOD Warrior Foundation. So it's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a great event.
Yeah. So we're trying to get the rides up. We're just now getting the word out. We're starting to push it around. I met somebody yesterday. He's working with the Slow Bike Club. Just trying to get the word out. So we get quite a few riders out here this year. So we're looking forward to a good time. So
what's an average size ride number of people usually?
About 100. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't like to get more than 100. 150 is about max. Because 150, then you count in the spouses or friends, and then all of a sudden we're at 300 people. It gets pretty crowded. So it's a good number for us.
Paso's always been known for its camaraderie and how well the community supports each other. Are there other winemakers that were instrumental in getting you started?
Oh yeah, I mean, Tom Morgan was my first guy. He was actually my grandfather's doctor. He worked Twin Cities, and he had his own practice down there. But Tom had a winery out there called Casa de Caballos. It was down off of Santa Rita. If you take Vineyard out, hang a left on Santa Rita Road, and go out in the hills for a ways. He had a beautiful place up there. His wife had Arabian horses. Oh, wow. And Tom made wine, in his off time from being a doctor. So it actually goes back. I mean, I can remember being a kid out there at his place, 14-ish and stuff. And Tom was making wine back then, but in like carboys and stuff, right? Just real small. I just remember at 14 thinking how weird that was. Why don't you just go to Vaughn's and buy the wine? What are you gonna make it here for? It was so weird to me at that point in time. But my grandfather passed away, and I kept in touch with Tom, and just started chatting with him. He says, "Hey, if you come up here and do this, I'll guide you." And so he was my first wine mentor, if you will. So Tom closed his winery in 2008 when we were starting, and moved to Idaho. Unfortunately, he's since passed away, but he was the guy that got me really going in this process. So he was a great winemaker.
And then how about now? What are some of the other winemakers that you enjoy?
Adam Lazar is a kook. I don't know if you guys heard that name. He's one of my best friends up here. Actually has an AP out here at our winery, and he makes his wine here. Just white. He was with the Wine Hooligans for a long time. He was with Bronco. He was the first winemaker at Villa San Juliet. Yeah, Adam's been around for a long time. He's a Bulldog, Fresno State guy. Got his wine bit like 35, 40 years ago. So he's my go-to guy, if you will, these days.
Got it.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little bit at the start of this about, the fires, and fortunately they're the other side of you guys. And we're kind of into veraison now, right? What's the vintage looking like so far this year?
Small berries. I've been talking to other, like our Petite Sirah. I mean, it's known for small berries to begin with, but exceptionally small this year. I've talked to other growers, Mark Amaral for one. He said his crop is the same thing, just super small berries this year. So I'm not really sure what caused that.
That's my next question.
Yeah, I really don't know, because we've had years where we had since January 1st, we've had 5 inches of rain out here, which is not, I mean, it's bad, but it's not exceptionally bad. We've had way worse. And I've had, larger crops. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. We had 80-degree temperatures in May when we had flower. So we should have had, and the fruit set was good, solid. We had very little shatter. So it's just kind of a strange year. So we'll see how it plays out. Excuse me.
And as you mentioned at the start of the call, I think before some people are on, haven't had that many 100-degree days this year, which is encouraging, right?
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, by now we've had 20, 30 plus. I mean, in a normal year. So
what is your case, what is your case output there, Leon?
Oh, we only do about 1,500 to 1,700 cases a year. Yeah, we're very small. Keep it very micro. I have no interest in being large. J-Lore. I tell everybody if I have to have an HR department, I'm out.
That's over the top, large over there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good way to think about it.
Gary Eberly does 50,000 cases, and he says I'm very small. So
compared
to J-Lore, that is small.
Yeah,
and Gary definitely wouldn't have an HR department.
Well, he's like us, Lincoln, our lab. He's our HR department. So you got problems, you can talk to him. No.
Right. Yeah. Is there anything that you would say that is kind of defines your style, your approach to making wine?
I just, I kind of mentioned earlier, I just kind of let the wines do what they're going to do. I don't do a lot of manipulating. You take what the vineyard gives you, and go with it. I like them dry. I ferment all the sugar out. I always chuckle when I see these advertisements on Facebook or wherever, sugar-free wines. It's like, well, all our wines are sugar-free. It's like, all right, whatever. So, yeah, I like them dry, no sugar. The sparkling is a brut, so it has about 12 grams, but it's still considered extremely dry. So that's about as sweet as it gets. But we do have a port. I'm sorry, our port has about 8 grams of sugar, and that's pretty sweet. But you need a good sugar load with the alcohol for port. So
that I was surprised. My wife loves sparkling. I said, Hey, we got a bottle. I didn't know you made sparkling. That
Yeah, we do everything here. We got it all. It's all old world method champenois, and it's all done up here. Got grilling racks up there in the shop, and actually today we've been expanding. We've added a facility on the side for tirage, so we can get our tirage working better. So we're getting our white wines in tirage for 24 to 36 months, and going from there. So
How long have you been doing sparkling?
I think this is our 5th year.
Oh, nice.
So I've got sparkling in tirage right now that's pushing 36 months. So, and that was our 3rd batch that I did. So I had a couple before that, but I decided to start holding back because we started off and I was pushing the wine out too early. So, I mean, tirage is really important for especially for the whites. So you need 24 to 36 months to get that real nice creamy sparkling taste.
What grapes are you using?
French Colombard for the main for white, and it's a Gewurz blend. And then we have a couple pinks. We've got a Petite Sirah that we do as a rosé, and then we have a Alicante Boucher as well.
You really do it all.
I mean, label me
I'm
label me dumb, but I haven't heard anybody growing French Colombard around. Am I wrong, everybody?
So French Colombard in the 70s was the #1 white grape in California. It outsparked everybody. And then something happened in 1977 and Chardonnay for some reason took over. And it's I'm referring to the French.
The tasting of Paris.
Yeah, exactly.
I do remember where I saw French Colombard. I stocked liquor store shelf in New Jersey part-time.
Yeah. Well, Gallo,
when I was in high school.
That was Gallo's jug wine, right? But it makes a really, if it's done right, it makes a really, really nice wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So if you take care of it and do it right, pick it right, very, very nice white wine for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Leon, what's the most difficult part of making wine?
Yeah, I think the lab stuff, making sure your numbers are right, can be challenging, and making sure that you're, like I was saying earlier with white wines, your cold stabilization, your heat stabilization, the workaround is not that bad. I mean, really, if you got the right equipment, crush is not too bad. It's messy, but a lot of cleanup. But other than that, it's just the technical details behind it. Can be frustrating sometimes because you think you do everything perfect and you send your stuff to the labs and it's like, what do you mean it's not heat stable? I did this, I did everything right, and they come back and say, no, you didn't. It's like, all right, so then you got to go back to square one and start over and try to get it right. So that can be frustrating. I don't know if it makes it difficult, but frustrating for sure.
And what's the most satisfying part of making wine?
Yeah. Right. I mean, right here. So this is and actually this is out of the tank. This is our 20. We were talking about 2023s before this started. This is our 2023 Syrah that we got, and it's wicked good. We'll say Sopa King, and everybody can kind of figure out the Sopa King part.
Bueno.
Yeah, it's quite tasty. So it's still in the tank. I'm ordering bottles and corks and labels on Monday. Hopefully we'll get this in a bottle in the next couple of weeks, and a few months after that we'll get it out on the market. But it's bloody fantastic. So this right here, when it's done and you nailed it, and you nailed it, that's what it's all about.
Right.
Well, we'll be watching for that.
For everybody that's on here, I mean, Jason and I have been going back. We looked at some data that came in about 2023, 2 years ago. Everybody was already going, this is going to be killer vintage.
Yeah. Oh, I saw.
It's starting to show itself that was absolutely correct.
Well, they're just now starting to get bottled, and people are figuring it out. So it's crazy. So yeah, everything. I mean, the cabs, the merlots, everything is just black and inky and just full of flavors. I mean, that extra month of time was incredible. absolutely incredible.
Was the fruit small then? It was small then too, right? Or am I
It
wrong?
was, but we had a lot of juice with it. I was able to make some rosés out of the Bordeaux's. But last year, 24, there was no juice. It was crazy. So I think the 24s are going to be nice too. I like the Petite Bordeaux. I couldn't even punch it down. I mean, there was no juice. It was until it started fermenting and bubbling up. That was when I could start punching it down. So it was a very interesting year for 24 as well. So, yeah, there was plenty of juice. It was just that extra hang time. There was just all the skins had extra color and just absolutely fantastic. So keep an eye out for sure for everybody.
Sirah's going to post on the site sometime soon. Everybody should keep watching.
Right here, it's fantastic. Sofa King, bring it.
Sofa King Bueno. That's good. Leon, we like to get pro tips from experts like yourself on what a wine consumer might do to have a better wine experience, whether it's how or where they buy the wine, how they store it, how they drink it, um, anything that might improve the experience. So, do you have any pro tips you can share with us?
Wine is storage. Don't let it get hot. I mean, I think everybody kind of knows that if you're any kind of wine consumer. So it's got to be stored proper for sure. And wine is meant for food. You definitely want to have some food with it, like our melange we have, which is a Cab Merlot Petite Bordeaux. It's fantastic all by itself, but you pair that up with a nice red pasta with some spice, it just takes it over the top. So it's you need to enjoy it with some of your favorite foods, for sure.
That's a gold medal winning wine.
The melange, yes, it is. As a matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah. Any other awards, accolades that you had that we can talk about, brag about a little bit?
Well, our sparkling, the Domaine de Blanc, did 98-point double gold this year. Who else won gold this year? We had a couple. That was definitely one. The melange, the Cab, our Cask 6-3. Cab, I think I saw a bottle of that, Mike, a minute ago. That was a gold medal winner back in January.
Correct. The Cab. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that's quite tasty. So the 6-3 is a play on 1963. When my wife and I came into this world. So that's where that came from. So
that's impressive on that sparkling.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we were pretty stoked, I got to tell you.
And for that kind of quality, very fairly priced.
Yeah, we try. I do my best. I mean, I know my wife's listening in on this, but it's one of probably our biggest arguments that we have all the time is the price points. We try to keep them down as much as we can. The majority of our wine club and our friends and stuff, the military, a lot of them, and if we start pushing $80 bottles of wine out there, we're going to cut out, half of our base. So it's a struggle. I mean, it really is, because it's bloody expensive. I mean, the expensive. I think everybody's heard the joke: to make $1 million, you start with 5 million. We didn't have that. We started from scratch, and we just kind of built it one bottle at a time ourselves. But yeah, it's a struggle, because it's everything. Electricity's going up. It's tough. It's tough to do if you have staff to pay for. So I mean, some of these places I see that have huge staffs, I get why they have $80, $90 bottles of wine, but you got to pay the bills. That's the bottom line. Otherwise, you're done. So it's tough.
Well, it's commendable. It's a tough balance, and it's a good reason for people to go in and buy up a bunch of bottles while they can. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was going to say, Leon, what do you like to do in your off time? What do you and your wife like to do?
We like to go out. We're foodie centric. We love all the restaurants in Paso. So we definitely like to do that quite a bit. But we're busy with this place a lot. But I'm actually getting back out on the road. I've got a few places to go. I've got a couple of restaurants that actually, most of our stuff is wine club and direct to consumer. But we do have a couple of restaurants that carry our stuff. So I got to get to their facilities and help promote. So a little travel here and there is always fun as well. So yeah, everything is centric around the wine.
Is it pretty much you and your wife, or do you have some other help, tasting room help, or?
Yeah, we do have a couple ladies, part-time ladies that help on the weekend for the tasting room. We're doing a big shift right now. A couple of them have had to leave. So we've just hired a couple of new ladies that are going to help on the weekends and stuff. And then I get like my weekend warriors, if you will, that come and help me get caught up in the cellar. So that's kind of about it. So on average, about 5 or 6 of us total, and several are part-time. So.
And Dreamtime is Zinfandel, late harvest.
It is late harvest Zinfandel. That actually came. Tom Morgan, I was telling you about earlier. He actually started that. It's in a Solera. If you're familiar with the Solera, so he had a 6-barrel Solera that he had started in 2002 at his winery at Casa de Caballos. When he closed his doors, we did a bond-to-bond transfer. We moved those 6 barrels here in 2008. And then we've added to that. We have 12 barrels now, but we've split it into 3. We actually have 3 Soleras now, 4-barrel Soleras. And so when you have a bottle of our Dreamtime port, you're drinking 2002 through 2000, where we at 2021 vintage. It's all blended together. So it's pretty amazing. And Dreamtime was actually named after Sheila, with Tom's wife. She came in and Tom was literally like in the middle of making this port. And she said, "Hey, we just had a colt and I'm going to name her Dreamtime." And Tom was like, "What a cool name." So he grabbed it and that's what he named. So the Dreamtime was actually at Casa de Caballos originally. And then we carried the name over to us when we moved it here in 2008. So we've been making it ever since.
And both use the Y?
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. TYME. Yep.
I noticed you're making sparkling in method champenois. You're doing a port, kind of traditional style port. You have a Grenache Tempranillo blend, which seems to be kind of tip of the cap to Spain.
Yeah.
I don't know if these are Navy travels, but you're really honoring the different regions around the world.
Yeah, we really cruise it out. I used to have a label called Bravo Zulu, which in the Navy term is Bravo Zulu means well done, BZ. It was Barbera Zinfandel blend, but I lost my source for Barbera, so I'm still working on trying to get that one back again. That was a fun blend and everybody loved it. So I'm hoping to get that one going one of these days. So.
I'm going to be watching for, first of all, take advantage of some of this great stuff that you've already got available. But when that 23 Syrah goes up and the Allegonico, I'm going to be watching.
There you go. Yeah.
For those. I think we've got several questions posting up here.
I have one first.
Yeah.
It's EOD. Is that your organization?
No.
Okay.
EOD is a military organization.
Okay.
The EOD Warrior Foundation, I am a part of.
What's the difference?
2 separate. Well, so the EOD is active duty. So that's your actual forces that are actually going.
Right. Okay.
Warrior Foundation is a nonprofit organization that we put together to support our service members. So we do scholarships for the children. I mean, this last year we just started full scholarships for the Gold Star children, which was one of my goals when I got on the board of directors. So we're actually doing full rides for those kids. And Gold Star means that they lost their parents in the war. But we have some other outstanding scholarships on top of that as well. And it's a 4-year scholarship for all these kids. We have a memorial wall where if you perish in the line of duty, your name goes on the wall, which is down in Florida at the school. We do health and wellness for PTSD, TBI, different issues that soldiers and sailors and Marines might have. And then we also do financial relief. So sometimes people they get stuck, and I'm on the grant committee, and we'll get a request for, you know, hey, I need $2,000 because I'm going to lose my car and I can't get to work and blah, blah, blah. It broke and I can't afford it. And, you know, whatever, there could be a million different things that happen. And then we'll more likely what we'll do is we'll write a check to the service center, you know, for $2,000 or whatever it is, and then pay for it, get that guy's car or gal's car back on the road so they can get to work and, you know, and not get, lose our house or whatever. So there's a lot of that going on as well. So it's a great foundation. It's very small. There's only 6 paid employees, and there's a whole slew of volunteers that help out.
So the link on your website is EOD Warrior Foundation.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I will make a donation.
That would be fantastic.
I don't want to sit here and fill it all out right now while we're
Yeah, it's all good.
talking, but
yeah, a little donate button up in the top right when you log in. EODWarriorFoundation.org. Yeah, easy to go. So
and Mike, remember all those EOD wines you buy, a portion of that is donated as well. So
exactly.
Go crazy.
Yep.
Go crazy.
So we model that in April. We have a big event this next year. April 11th is our 15th annual Warriors Helping Warriors, we call it. And we bottle the EOD Cellars label on that day. And there's usually about 250 to 300 people here.
wow,
So
cool.
it's a great fundraising day. Last year we did about 120,000. The year before we had 200,000. It's just been skyrocketing every year. So this next year, the 15th year, looking to really blow it up. So we're looking forward to a great year this year. So
it's impressive, Leon. It's really honorable stuff.
That was a pun, right?
yeah, I get it, Mary.
Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Mike, didn't you tell me your basketball nickname was Master Blaster?
No, it was not.
Oh,
That's a song by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, right.
Though I love that Master Blaster blend. I think I'm gonna have to give that a try.
Yeah, Cab Syrah, I just love that blend.
I do too.
Penfolds had a label called 389 out of Australia, and that's where I love that blend.
I've had that. L'Aventura's kind of flagship, the State Cuvée, is that blend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
All right, so
See, I'm just going to make a comment. Mike and Delia, 63 was an awesome year.
When I came into the world too, so I was just agreeing with.
Great.
My mother lied to me. She said it was 55.
Yeah, she lied to you. And I think Chef Lisa agreed too. So I'm guessing he's also right there with us.
Let's see what else we have here.
Leon, Laura's asking, do you have any other distribution other than direct to consumer?
We do a little bit with the EOD Cellars, and we have another label that's under the EOD Cellars label. Actually, I've got a double bend, so I can get this up. You can see that okay?
That's a big boy. Yeah.
It's a great label. Yeah, it's a double magnum, but we do a label under this one. This one is called Kenton Stacy, who's a gentleman on the label. Kenton was wounded in Syria, disarming an IED. He's now a quadriplegic down in he lives in San Diego. So we do another label with his thing. Actually, I need to send this bottle to his wife. We had all the EOD techs at our April event at the Warriors Helping Warriors signed the bottle, and I'm going to send it down to his wife. And then we auctioned one of them.
Who did the artwork? That's beautiful.
The original artwork was done by a guy named Frank Allen. He's Army retired. And it was originally done in pencil. And we did a label with that on there years ago. It was all pencil. It's a beautiful label. But we had a distributor look at it and say, hey, I love that label. We need some color on it. So we had it updated a little bit. So Kirsten, our art gal, she did all the work and got the color on it right. And so now we do a little distribution with that one down in Florida and Virginia. And the EOD Cellars as well is down in Florida and Virginia. So that's kind of about it. Distribution is a pain in the butt. I don't like it. So, but
Laura also asking about the screw cap, noticing that you had a screw cap on the Viognier and asking what other wines do you have with it. and what's your decision to use those? And I will just add this. Screw caps are way misunderstood, and a lot of science argues that it's a better mechanism than a cork.
For sure. So for whites and rosés, 100%. Keeps the wine fresher. There's nothing worse than opening a bottle of rosé and having it corked. I mean, it's bad enough in a red, but if you drink enough wine, you almost kind of expect it every once in a while. You're gonna pop a cork, you're gonna smell it, you go, ugh, that didn't smell right. And then you smell the wine, you're like, okay, this one's corked. Unless you're paying $1.50 a cork to guarantee no TCA or cork taint, you're gonna get it. You still have that 1%. So the wines stay fresher, white wines and rosés for sure. It's a nice tight seal. You're not looking for any air exchange like you are with red wines, because the corks breathe, believe it or not. And so you're not getting any oxygen exchange in the bottle with that tight seal.
When you do the screw cap, can you still get some gas in there to, do you use any gas or not?
Nitrogen at bottling, yeah.
Right. But yeah, just interested in the process. I understand how the cork goes in really quick. I just don't, the screw cap.
So, I mean, on the bottling line, when the bottle's cruising through, it goes through and it gets a big dose of nitrogen on it right before it goes to the screw cap. So
Right.
It's got a layer of nitrogen in there to keep the oxygen out of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, yes, he's got Grenache Tempranillo blend on the site available now.
It is for sure.
I'm sure that is a delicious wine. I love those varieties.
Yeah, it's quite tasty. It's very light. It's not super dark. It's very light and airy. It's a great wine. Yeah.
A little bit more Grenache dominant, I'm guessing.
Yeah, very acidic. Not very acidic, but a little on the acidic side. It's very crisp. Very nice drinking wine. We've got some big fans of that one.
Yeah, I bet. And Chef Lisa is asking if you ship to Tennessee.
We do. Yeah, we're licensed in Tennessee.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the questions that we have in queue.
I got a
Go ahead,
question.
Mike.
You're part of, I've talked to Social before, Pleasant Wine Trail. That is,
Yep.
Explain that.
So I got a couple.
Pleasant Valley Wine Trail.
Valley Wine Trail. Yeah, I've got a couple notes here I need to make sure. And hopefully,
You mean some plugs?
yeah. So Pleasant Valley Wine Trail. We started. I think it's been at least 12, if not 13 years ago now. It's been going on a long time. We've actually incorporated as a 501c3. So the Pleasant Valley Wine Trail is actually a nonprofit as an entity, as a group.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we did it for a while, and I'm sure I'll make my wife joke a little bit. I mean, we used to have, we didn't incorporate right off the bat, and so we set up a bank account with my social, security number, because everybody pays dues, right? And
Right.
after the time, we was like, look, we got to fix this. So I had a good buddy of mine was an attorney in San Diego. Was like, hey, help me become. We need to become a corporation, and so we decided to be a nonprofit and help with our local community. And so I don't remember how many wineries we had back then. Probably like 10. We're at 13 now that are out here that are part of the trail, and we raise money every year. And the majority of what we raise money for is a scholarship program for Paso Robles high school students to go to college. So we do that using the Paso Robles Rotary, this Sunrise Rotary, because they had a great scholarship program. So we give money to them every year, which is where one of the plugs is coming from. Our annual fundraiser that we do is coming up in not this weekend, but the next weekend. And we actually have a couple of tickets left that we would like to offer up to the wine fanatics. 15% discount. And the promo code is PRWF 816. And so you get tickets to our dinner. So it's a great fundraising event that we've been doing. This is, I think, our 11th one. So it's it's a dinner, winemakers dinner that we do with the 13 wineries. Starts off about, I think we're starting at 5:30 this year. So we do about an hour to an hour and a half of past appetizers with the 13 wineries set up to do tastings. So I'll be like a big circle set up, and you can go through and taste the different wineries, wines. And then after that, it's a sit down 4-course paired dinner with our wines after that. And there's an auction going on. So we have a lot of stuff donated, great auction items. And we've been last 2 years, if not 3 years, I think we've done $20,000 a year to the scholarship program. So we've sent a lot of kids to school with that event. So it's been fantastic.
Social just put the link up in the chat for everybody. And Laura, you got a question?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, which day is that? Is that on Saturday the 16th, or is it?
It's Saturday, yes.
Okay, awesome. I'll look at it, because
It's a fun event. It's live music. There's dancing. We have a great auction. We brought in, last year was the first year we brought in an actual professional auctioneer. So you get that whole, hey, it's a lot of fun. So,
yeah.
Before it was just me up there rattling off for the live auction. So it's a fun night. It really is. And a lot of great wines. There's a lot of great wines being made out here. It's always been, hey, everything in the West. But I got to tell you, the 13 wineries that are out here up here in the East, we're making some fantastic wines up here. And Graveyard, I have to write them all down to get them all out there. But Locatelli, River Star, Boniche, Cinquain, Villa San Juliet. We also have, they're actually up in Mystic Hills, but they're actually in Monterey County, but they're part of our trail as well. So Four Sisters, I already said Locatelli. There's 13 of us going around the horn here. Hopefully I got everybody. High Camp. I can't forget High Camp.
Yeah.
Fantastic wines out here. So you need to come see us. And there's one other admin note that I want to say. So we want to open up another thing to the wine fanatics on the 6th and 7th of September. If you're a wine fanatic, just say that you're a wine fanatic. Come out on the trail and free tastings. And that weekend, I know a lot of wineries like Cinquain is doing different foods and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot going on that weekend. If you're a wine fanatic, no tasting fee at the 13 wineries on the Pleasant Valley Wine Trail.
I'm going to say, because we're very rules-based, this group, no.
Yeah.
Tuesday, have somebody put all that into an announcement in the group.
Sure.
In any events you have, whether it's around the Pleasant Valley Wine Trail or your other EOD events, have them put them in the event page.
Okay.
And make sure you put the codes in there and do all that. I kind of fell short on you because I should have extended this out a little bit further, and I'll make it up to you tomorrow.
Okay.
You had offered, the group as a whole, not just the people that have been so nice to join us here, but to the whole group. Got to make sure they all know, and I think I kind of dropped the ball there.
It's all good.
Who has another question? Dimitro, what are you talking about? Oh, anyways. Dimitro, what's your question?
Where do you see Dimitro's question? Oh, there it is. I got it at the end.
I don't even know
Nice
what that
label
means.
called.
Yeah, it's not a question. I just mentioned that Cinquain, the kids have an interesting label that people typically don't know. It's called Bica. And I do like their wines.
Which one is that? I'm sorry.
Bica. Bica is son of the owner of Cinquain and one of the assistant winemakers at Scheid. They have their own label.
Well, yeah, Dave Nagengas. I'm not 100% sure if I understand your question. Dave Nagengas.
No, it's not question. It's just it was just a post that.
It was a comment. Sorry.
It was a comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Cinquain. I said that there is one little known wine label that most of the people don't know. that is related to Cinquain and
Yeah.
Pleasant Valley Wine Trail.
Yep. They're on our trail. Yeah, Dave Mackengass was head winemaker for Scheid, but he retired March of last year. So he's been retired from Scheid now for about a year and a half.
Yeah, and I believe that the other kid behind Baika is now the winemaker of Scheid.
Oh, right. Yep.
Anybody else have any questions?
No, just thank you. I've been really, I'm happy that FedEx came back today after they
Yay.
failed to find the two people who were here yesterday when they came the first time. And that we've been enjoying, the Viognier, and then we carve in some of the Grenache Tempranillo blend as well. And
Cindy's secret stash in the background there. Yep.
yeah, well, and we've got it on the table in front of us. You can't see it anymore, but
Grenache
so
rosé,
the rosé is back here.
Yeah.
And no, this is nice.
The Grenache Tempranillo with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich works really well.
Oh, nice.
I'm having a sophisticated dinner tonight.
Well, that,
I'll make sure to add that to the notes for sure.
wow, you went all out tonight. Holy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's working. No, anyway, I do appreciate it. And yeah, my stuff about the screw tops, I mean, I'm all about, good tasting juice and not necessarily about you spending the money on the corks to make them more expensive and do that. We've got a place up in Murphy's that only uses screw tops, and we've opened some 2014s from them. They certainly do not age the same.
Well,
They certainly they barely age, but they do really well.
I mean, New Zealand and Australia, they're like 90% now screw cap. Even their $60 bottle of Cabernet on screw cap. So it's just
That brings up an interesting question, though. Does it really matter when you're trying to age wines that are age worthy? Does the screw cap versus, it's not as tight as seal, correct or not?
Well, the corks by design will let a degree of oxygen in.
exactly.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't get that bleed. So you're not, when you open a 20-year-old red wine, a lot of them are going to be a little brown, and they're a little brown because they oxidize, and they oxidize because they had a cork on them.
Right.
But there's a pretty good group of people out there that actually love that. They love those older wines, and they like they oxidize slowly over time, and not like, in a tank in a matter of a month. It's actually quite nice. And can make a really nice wine. So for sure.
My question is, will a screw cap provide a 10, 12, 20-year life?
I think it would probably, we'll keep the wines. I wouldn't keep the screw cap more than probably 5 to 8 years tops, to be honest with you. It's just not going to develop well. And I'm not even sure I've ever tasted one that's been under a screw cap over 10 years, to be honest with you.
I'll have to bring you one, Leon.
You got one? Okay, great. Yeah.
I think we don't have very many left in the cellar, but I think we've got a couple.
Okay, bring it up. Let's try it. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where I'm like, particularly when you're I understand the whole marketing piece if you're on the shelf and what people's perceptions are, but when people are tasting your wine, like we are direct to consumer, and we're like, oh my gosh, I like this, I really like it, and like to have some. I don't care how heavy the bottle is, or if you've got a screw top or
yeah, I know. I've seen $150, $200 bottles of wine there in these nice, skinny, light little bottles, and it's totally fine. The bottle doesn't have to weigh 10 pounds, for those drive me nuts. And they're expensive to ship too. That's what's really horrible.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, that's not what I want to spend my money on.
Right.
I'd rather give you the money rather than the shipper and the glass folks and everybody else, you know.
Okay, so we have a 2014 Vietnamana Cabernet Sauvignon. That would be kind of interesting to open up with you.
I thought there was a 13.
I have a 70-year-old back when you got to pick that crap up, you know? I mean, it's like big, heavy bottles. And where's the ergonomic and, you know, just
That's
bad.
what you have your wife for, right? She does that all for you, right?
I mean, I've talked to people before, you know.
You're not going to ask me to answer that, are you? Because I wouldn't ask her to do it. I would open the box and move 2 or 3 at a time. If it's only 5 feet.
I'm sorry, Leon.
Wow.
Sorry. Haven't given Mike shit in a long time, so.
All right. Anybody else have a question for Leon?
Leanne, I just want to say on a personal note, I like your wine a lot.
Thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to some of these other ones that you're going to be releasing soon as well. And I think you're just a good dude. You're doing some really good stuff in the community and honorable stuff, and I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. And you know, and kudos to you guys for putting this group together. It's been kind of fun. My wife and I enjoy it. We read, you know, a lot of the comments as much as we can. So you guys have done a great job putting together a great group of folks. So this is it's a lot of fun. So kudos to you guys.
Well, I appreciate it, and we appreciate you wanting to join us because you know, I mean, we haven't been everywhere, and we're still learning, and this is a great opportunity to try. You gave
good
the
luck.
members an opportunity to try your wine. That's
Yeah, good luck hitting all the 300 plus or whatever we are now wineries in Paso Robles. So
yeah. Steve Adam here. He's going to try up in the upper left-hand corner. He's going to try. Oh, Steve, you got a question? Go ahead.
Hello. Hi, Leon. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You're coming out with a Syrah?
We are. Yeah, but 2023 Syrahs, our first one we've done. Yep.
Did you vinify that with the Viognier that you make, or is it just straight up Syrah?
Straight up Syrah. Yeah, I didn't need the Viognier. I mean, it's just the color, the flavors, everything about it is just fantastic. So yeah, it didn't
Color still popped anyway. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Paso. You got a hotter climate, so yeah, your Syrahs and Grenaches and you know the grapes that Mourvèdre that love the heat. You know, that's the way to go. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, our Viogniers, we got that Viognier that you guys tried today. That one came out of the Vineyards vineyards down in Santa Maria. Very cold weather, where a lot of 100-point Syrahs have come out of. Unfortunately, they ripped it all out, but there's another Santa Maria vineyard where we're going to get some Viognier from this year. So the cold weather Viognier seems to do so much better. Other Viogniers just don't pop for me. So we've made a few of them, and they've been really good. But that Vineyards Viognier was just crazy good.
It gets pretty cold up there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So
yeah. That's awesome. I appreciate your lecture, your talk. You said a lot of good things. You know, I'm sitting there listening to it, and I go, "Yep, that's right. You know, and we don't always get that. Sometimes we get people talking. Last time we had a lady that was telling me she made method champenois, and I'm like, "You're in Paso Robles." You know, it's like you can only use that term if you're in Champagne. So it's traditional method, right? So yeah,
exactly. So. It's a style, you know, so it's yeah, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate your comments.
Just a shout out. I see a couple of people. Greg Middleman, where are you from, Greg? Are you a Tackitt fan?
Yeah, he's an Air Force EOD tech. He's actually chairman of our board of the EOD Warrior Foundation right now. So yeah.
Cheers to you.
Kudos to Greg for chiming in today. So
thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. It's an honor. Leon and Cindy I consider very good friends of mine, and they are superlative people. And because of them, I had my first trip to Paso last year and spent I was only about 4 or 5 days out there in total, but totally enamored. And I saw this opportunity to join your little group and do this, and wasn't going to pass it up.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
my pleasure.
service.
That was my pleasure too.
And Candace Baca, I don't think we know her. Is that somebody you know,
Yeah,
Leon?
Candace, yeah, her family, they own River Star.
Hi, Leon. You did so good. We're proud of you.
Oh, thanks, Candace. Yeah, Candace is running the dinner this year, so she's full in charge. So she does a great job with that dinner. So yeah, I hope a few of you can make it. So
I'm always alert to new names in the screen here, so always want to, I know a lot of people that are fans of yours will always join in. So
yeah, you check out their wines. They're doing a great job over there at River Star. So they're actually if you come in off of Airport Road, they're the first winery for the Pleasant Valley Wine Trail. So you run into River Star right there and you go from there and hit all the wineries out here. So
is that the River Road? Is that you're on the other
Airport?
Yours starts the airport starts the other side of.
I'm sorry, yeah,
of J. Lore, right?
Go past J. Lore when Airport Road lands on Estrella. River Star is right there, and then you can just start at River Star and hang a right and go to Graveyard, head out to Four Sisters, Ville San Juliet. I mean, we're all out here, so
right.
You need to plan 2 weekends though to get all 13, unless you can do 10 a day. So I like to keep it down to about 3 a day personally, but yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? Well, Leon, cheers to you. Thank you so much for the wine, and it's really enjoying it. And we really appreciate you joining us tonight. And
greatly appreciate the invite for sure.
And we wish the best for you and your foundation. And of course, I'm going to follow through and send a donation in. And
appreciate that more than you know, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll come up and see you sometime.
Please do. Yeah, come check out the whole trail. We got.
Where did I hear that word? Where did I hear that before? I'll come up and see you sometime. There's an old movie, right? No.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, anyways, we really appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. And kudos to everybody and cheers to everybody. And thanks so much.
Thanks, Leon.
All right. Cheers,
Have a
everybody.
great evening.
Thank you. You too. Appreciate it.
Take care.
Thanks.
Shut this down. Recording.